Good morning, YouTube. It is a beautiful Saturday morning here in Minnesota, and I've got a little update on the channel. First of all, things have drastically changed here at my little base of operations. Let me give you a quick tour. That big pile in the middle is gone. I have a semi-permanent house guest right now. I'm not going to get into details of him. It's really personal. He got into some trouble and I took him in. So, end of story. I got these speakers. They were sitting there. Now, everything that was in that middle bedroom, it's now his bedroom. So we cleaned that out and had to kind of disperse things. So these are my speakers. I might be doing a video on these. Really expensive Sherwin Vegas. You have to excuse my messy kitchen. 2 men living here now, and we can hardly clean up after ourselves. The dining room is a lot more presentable. It looks cluttered, but there's a lot of things that are more accessible. We've kind of pushed out against the walls, got the cat a new bathroom, and we have a dining room table I need to kind of organize. So excuse our disorganization. Been really busy. But today, I wanted to talk a little bit about, I've got a new car. Now, what did I do? Hang on just a second. Find my keys. Sorry. There they are. So I had a couple developments. I'll unlock the door. I gotta go to the storage warehouse and retrieve a heater. There's the car. I have the tracker up on ramps. I've got to fix the tailpipe where it bolts to the exhaust manifold. This thing is so loud to drive right now, and I shouldn't be driving it anyway. You can barely see the tailpipe hanging there. That should be up inside the frame. I got everything I need to do it. Bolts, gasket. But here is my new WIP. Spelled WIP for work in progress. It's a 93 Toyota Paseo. Paid $600 for it. Drove it half the length of Minnesota to get it home, and it drove flawlessly, although it needed a starter. It's got issues. You can probably see this really 5-star rattle can paint job. It used to be white. It has your typical Minnesota rust. Whether or not I want to fix this or not, I don't know. It's really dirty inside. I'm going to spend part of the day today cleaning it off, and that's what the heater's for. And all the snow on the ground. Be nice if it dried off faster. But here's one reason why I picked this up. 157,000 miles. You know, these Toyotas, they go for 500,000 miles or more if you take care of them. I don't know if somebody took care of this one or not. Yeah, issues. I want to see if I can get rid of that. That looks disgusting. Might be nail polish. I have no idea. Come on. The ignition key's a little beat up. speed. I don't know if I can hold the phone and drive at the same time. Hey, I can wedge the phone right up on the between the dash and the windshield. I don't think the cops would like that. The antennas broke off, so the radio doesn't work very good. But I mostly listen to MP3s from a USB stick, so I have a new radio that's going to be going in here. This is very basic. The cruise does turn on. The airbag light comes on. Very basic controls, very basic car. You know, well, you can't see. Regular roll-up windows, no power locks, everything old school. It does have this sunroof, which does open. And I think the sunroof completely comes out. There's a little bit of a ritual you have to go through to get it to close. But it rained on the way home, and I can tell you, this doesn't leak, which usually sunroofs do, but I honestly think Toyota installed this. This was not like a dealer install sunroof. Ooh, I haven't really gotten a good look at this thing in the daytime. Back seat. I think the AC works. The light comes on and it blows cold air, but then again, when it's 35 degrees outside, it's going to blow cold air. Let's go for a little ride. I think the synchronizers are out in third gear, because it does grind a little bit. Turn the defroster on here, as it is fogging up a little bit. So, as I said, this car is pretty filthy and disgusting, but hey, what do you expect for 600 bucks? You can barely get a running car in this day and age, in the end of 2024. You know, most of the cars on Marketplace or Craigslist, if anybody does that anymore. Oh, we got glare from the road here, from the sun. A little bit of torque steer because the road is wet. Hear that little bump when I went into third? That does kind of go away after it warms up just a little bit. So, might not be that big of an issue. So we're doing 60 now. Oh, in the fifth too. Huh. It's the first time it's done that. Maybe the gearbox is a little low on oil. I'll get this thing to an oil change and have them put new oil, and I'll have them check that. I'm doing a little over 60 miles an hour right now. Engine is only turning about 1500 RPM if my tachometer is right. And you can just step on the gas and accelerate. You don't have to downshift. It's pretty long-legged. We're up to 70. I gotta slow down up here. Whoa. People, the ice is melting off people's cars. Even the rear window defroster works. Or at least it seems like most of the lines work. Downshift's nice. like a passing acceleration here. From fourth to second. Down to about 35 here. The exhaust is a little loud on this too. It doesn't have its catalytic converter anymore. Oh wow. Oh, it switched around. So that was funny. Oh shit. Well, I better put this phone away, folks. This is just a quick video, let you know what's going on. There are deals to be had out there if you look. This isn't a bad car. I get it cleaned up, put a new stereo in there, get it bumping a little bit. Deal with, you know, some of the, maybe I can fix some of the rust issues, I don't know. I've been trying to look up online. Let me get this down before I get in town here. Let me switch it around. Maybe you can see me. Well, you can see the sky. Nice sunroof, huh? You know, I bought this car to be a winter beater, and there was about 3 other cars that I was looking at. There was one that was closer to my house. That was about the same price. Well, guy was asking $700 on this. I asked if he'd take 6, and he said he would. And it's got the title and everything. There's no issues with the legality of this car, although I have not transferred it yet. I've had this car for almost a month. I honestly did not expect the car to jolt like that when I did my little passing acceleration there. That was funny. The brakes stop as it should. The transmission, the clutch, everything works on this car. The wipers work, the headlights work. Although the headlights are a little frosted over. But one thing I will say, and probably one reason why this kid got rid of this car, is, well, he got a Cadillac Escalade for less money than what I paid for this one. And he says, oh, well, it's got a problem with all-wheel drive system. Oh, no. Okay, well, good luck with that. Yeah, I know what everybody's going to say. The Escalade is basically the same drivetrain as like your Tahoe or Silverado, and that's pretty much true. But you got all this electronic crap in there. And whether or not that can all be ironed out, who knows? Ooh. It's the first time I've ever done a driving video. Well, no, I take that back. I think I did some Christmas lights one time. This car definitely has torque steer, especially if there's ice. So I don't know if that's just me not getting used to front wheel drive. Fuel efficient. Used up I think about 3/4 of a tank of gas driving across the length of Minnesota. Maybe not that much, maybe more like half a tank. It's hard to say, you know how gas gauges work. You gotta fill her up and then drive it for a set distance and then fill it up again. Then that gives you how many gallons you used, and then you got your miles. You figure that out, your miles per gallon. Oh boy. Gotta put the phone down. Pulling into traffic. I miss doing that. I do love driving. I love a manual transmission. I love the feel of it. Yeah, I don't care what it is. You know, back about 10 years ago, I drove a Geo Prism that had almost the same engine as this. I can't remember. It was a 1.6 liter dual overhead cam Toyota engine. Basically, the Prism is a Corolla. I still have that car. I quit driving it because I hit a deer. It took out the headlights, and the headlights were worth more than the car was to replace. They were $600 a piece. And I'm kind of noticing that about this car. You can get headlights and taillights. You can get them at junkyards, and they're not that expensive. There's not many of these cars around. And there's no custom parts available. You know, there's no fancy, you know, Tokyo Drift body kits or customized headlights or customized taillights. You know, back in the 90s, the style back in that day was to put Altezza taillights and everything. And that would be cool. But you can't get them. They're nowhere. Now, I can get some custom rims, and that's about the end of the customization story on this car. You know, maybe a couple of Recaro seats. But outside of doing an engine swap, which I do have that 1.6 liter in my Geo. I'm thinking about doing that because I think the gearing is different. EPA mandated miles per gallon on this car is 30 miles to a gallon. I don't know if it's getting that, but I'm inclined to believe it, or better. On my Prism, it was 42 miles to a gallon. Slightly larger engine, much larger car. You know, Prisms were all 4 doors. This is a little 2-door coupe. And I can tell too, you can really throw this car around, you can really feel how light it is. You know, this thing is slightly heavier than the Geo Metro I used to have. Although the Geo Metro had more room. As far as headroom, it's easier to get in and out of the car. I'm a pretty heavy guy, and if I'm wearing my parka, forget about it. You really feel like you're getting sandwiched into a sardine can here. Well, I'm at my warehouse. I'm gonna have to put the phone down. So I hope everybody enjoy this day while we have it, because it's supposed to rain tomorrow if you're in Minnesota, and the temperatures are going to get colder again. And yeah, that's about the end of it.